is available even in areas abandoned by the state and investor-driven enterprises. Bolaji Sampson, Ogtv News.
With the federal government setting a production target of 2.6 million barrels per day in 2025, the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Heineken Lokpabiri, has threatened to withdraw oil blocks from owners that have failed to develop them. Senator Lokpabiri said the government will begin implementing the drill or drop provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act in line with the drive to boost oil production. As of February 2025, oil production was reported at 1.67 million barrels per day by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. Senator Lokpabiri stated this at a cross-industry group meeting held in Italy, organized by IOCs operating in Nigeria. The meeting focused on challenges, expectations, and strategies to enhance the sector's contributions to domestic energy needs and regional expansion across sub-Saharan Africa. The minister also urged operators to consider farm-out agreements where assets are close to existing infrastructure rather than incurring high costs of new floating production storage and offloading units. Edo Governorship Election Petition Tribunal will on Wednesday deliver judgment on the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Aswe Ighodalo, against the September 21, 2024 governorship election in Edo. The PDP and Ighodalo are challenging the decision by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to declare Senator Monday Okpebolo of the All Progressives Congress as the winner of the poll. The three-member tribunal, headed by Justice Wilfred Pochi, had on March 3 reserved judgment in the petition after parties adopted their final written addresses. The tribunal had on January 31 admitted in evidence 148 bimodal voter accreditation system machines that were used during the conduct of the disputed governorship poll. The 83rd birthday Thanksgiving service of music legend, evangelist, Professor Ebenezer Obe-Fabiyi holds on Thursday, 3rd April 2025 at the Cross Gospel Mission headquarters of Praise, located at 13 to 15 Oyewole Road, Mulero Bus Stop, Iyana Ipaja, Lagos, from 10 in the morning. According to a statement, the birthday Thanksgiving, which coincides with Evangelist Obe's 68th year on stage as a successful and well-acclaimed musician, having started his professional music career at age 15, will attract prominent dignitaries, including clerics, traditional rulers, government officials, captains of industry, secular and gospel artists. Other outreach programs to commemorate the birthday ceremony with the less privileged will be announced in due course. Business news with Opeyemi Adewumi is next.
Welcome to the business segment of the news. Nigeria's net foreign exchange reserve, NFER, has surged to $23.11 billion as of the end of 2024, reaching its highest level in over 3 years. The Central Bank of Nigeria attributed this increase to strategic policy measures aimed at improving external liquidity, reducing short-term obligations, and restoring investors' confidence. According to the CBN, the NFER represents a significant rise from $3.99 billion at the close of 2023, $8.19 billion in 2022, and $14.59 billion in 2021. The NEFR adjusts gross reserves by accounting for near-term liabilities such as foreign exchange, swaps, and forward contracts, and it is considered a more precise measure of Nigerians' ability to meet immediate external obligation. Nigeria's foreign reserve depreciated by $2.55 billion in the first quarter of 2025, and this is according to data obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The foreign reserve declined by 6.23% from $40.88 billion reported on January 2 to $38.33 billion on March 27. Analysis further showed that the decline is the highest in the first quarter of the last 5 years. The foreign reserve is the first quarter declined by $810.66 million, while in it dropped by $1.57 billion during the same quarter. The next year, the external reserve depreciated by $971.35 million, and in first quarter of 2022, the foreign reserve dwindled by $827 million. The decline in the foreign reserve coincides with a drop in foreign portfolio investment during the first quarter. Nigeria secured personal loans amounting to 470 billion naira from banks in the last 3 months of 2024. Central Bank of Nigeria has revealed this in its fourth quarter 2024 economic report released. The report indicated that consumers' credit outstanding rose by 11.06% to 4.72 trillion naira at the end of December 2024, up from 4.25 trillion naira recorded at the end of September 2024. This significant increase reflects a growing reliance on personal loan amid prevailing economic conditions. According to the report, personal loan increased by 21.27% to 3.82 trillion naira compared to 3.15 trillion naira recorded at the end of the preceding quarter. The surge in personal loan accounted for the bulk of the consumer's credit growth within the period. Moving on, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry (LCCI) has urged the federal government to ensure that the newly approved $500 million loan by the World Bank to Nigeria is transparently disbursed to small businesses and vulnerable communities as intended by the borrower. Director General of the LCCI, Dr. Chinyere Almunia, in a statement, explained that the Chamber acknowledged that the loan was given to Nigeria under the Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus Program of the World Bank. Dr. Almunia noted that the loan is aimed at supporting small businesses and vulnerable households who bear the brunt of the nation's economic challenges. Finally, Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has warned that promoters and operators of any Ponzi scheme in the country risk a penalty of not less than 20 million naira or imprisonment to a term of 10 years or both upon conviction as prescribed by the provisions of the newly signed Investment and Securities Act 2025. SEC Director General Dr. Emomotimi Ogama, who stated this in Abuja, said the goal of the new legislation is to strengthen the legal framework governing Nigerians' capital markets, better protect investors, and introduce reforms that will promote market integrity, transparency, and sustainable growth. He explained that previously the SEC lacked the legal power to prosecute Ponzi scheme operators, which made it difficult to bring offenders to justice. Dr. Ogama further explained that the Act stipulates a minimum fine of 10 million naira for anyone operating a Ponzi scheme in Nigeria. And that's how much we can take on the business segment of the news. We now go back to Muji for the rest of the bulletin. Do stay with us.
And now to the foreign segment of the news. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order clamping down on ticket scalping and live event pricing. Meanwhile, gang members stormed the town of Mirabales in central Haiti and released about 500 inmates from prison. Details of this and more on the foreign segment.
On the World Today, with American entertainer Kid Rock at his ride, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order clamping down on